Good morning, guys. Today is March 12th. We are going to go over the headlines from March 8th and on. The last one we did was this one right here on March 7th with the former White House official. Guys, if you're new here, I do teach Gematria, which is the practice of coding, letters into numbers. A equals 1, B equals 2, C equals 3, and so on. There's 4 different ways of getting the base codes or the base ciphers, and you'll see them here in a minute. We talk about the same numbers over and over. So if you're unfamiliar with the Kabbalah's language of gematria, it's definitely something that you need to learn. That way you don't fall for their agendas that they put into the headlines, you know, all day, every day. So we're going to start out with, well, let's go ahead and start out with the Mexico kidnapping. So on March 7th, we got this propaganda headline that the Mexican cartel had we got the kidnapping happened, and then on this day, we actually got them found in the news that they were dead. So they actually went missing on 3/3, and we're actually going to talk about this number a lot today. So I promise, same numbers over and over, guys. So they got kidnapped on 3/3 in Mexico. And we can see why using gematria. This is the reduction method. We know that police order secrecy masonry is all 33. There's 33 levels of masonry. Most people know that. On March 7th is when they had found them in the headlines. And 4 days later, right? And we know that the number 4 is associated with death in other languages because if you say 4 in other languages, it sounds like the word for death. See the numbers 4, speaking Chinese, the word for death, must die, easy to die. So they brought this in the headline on the 7th, 4 days later. So they were actually kidnapped on March 3rd. You can see those numbers right there. The drug cartel is the one that they're blaming it on, this sacrifice on the drug cartel on the 62nd day of the year. 4 days later, we get the headlines on March 7th that two of them have been sacrificed. The names of the victims, these are the two that's dead, are connecting to the ritual sacrifice, the day they went missing and the day that they, you know, were found. And she's got the 67 connection with the city that they went missing in. The Mexico governor and president had a conference on March 7th as well at 11:30, and we know that 113 is the number of bullshit. So is the city, and it's the number of lies and deception. 113. So the kidnapping actually occurred 153 days, or a span of 154 days after the governor assumed office. And if you'll notice, that's the ritual sacrifice number in the Jesuit order, which is who runs our governments and who's doing all these agendas, right? It was 81 days from his birthday for this ritual. There he is right there. He spoke on the dead Americans. It was 251 days from the president's birthday when the news came out, and that's another ritual sacrifice number. So I promise you, the drug cartel did not do this. This was the government's. And you can tell by learning gematria. And we're going to see all these same numbers that we just went over throughout every post that I do over the next. I'm going to show you how they played it out over a 5-day span here. So let's go down through here and find it again. I'm sorry, I lost my place here. We've had so much go on. So right there. Okay. So on March 8th, 3/8 or 8/3, depending on where you're at in the world, depends on how you were at the date, right? So we got this Ed Fury bodybuilder and star of Sword of the Sandal films dies at 94, and this came out on March 7th. So he died on 2/24. It's announced March 7th. Look, that's who he played, and that's when they announced it. Even though he died on 2/24, they waited till then to announce it. His birth name actually equals 201, which is a big number with the Jesuit order. We talk about it a lot. If you're unfamiliar with it, just keep watching my videos. I promise it's the same numbers over and over and over. So they murdered Ed Fury. See right there how he's got the overlaps. This is his full name, like 107. And that's a ritual sacrifice number. I don't know why I didn't put that in there. Let's see. So he got his first role in The Wild Women of Wongo. And if you'll notice, he died 102 days from his birthday. And that was his first, that's when he sold his soul right there. And then he died 102 days from his birthday, which is a pattern that we see all the time. Never fails. All right, so let's go to the next one. So we got the Boy Meets World actor making his run for Congress, right? So this is the same pattern we just seen in the last one. So this pattern, he's famous for Boy Meets World. He announces his run for Congress 175 days or a span of 176 days for his birthday, from his birthday. Boy Meets World is 176 and 175. And he's making a bid for Congress 175 days from his birthday or a span of 176. Same patterns over and over. No matter which player they put in the headline, the pattern still exists. So on March 8th, we got the headline of the Love's Travel Stop country stores. He's dead at age 85. They put it in the news on March 8th, the murder date, but he actually died on the 7th at the age of 85, and you can see why he died at the age of 85, because Love's Travel Stop is 85. He died on March 7th. It's called Love's, 7-3. Same day he got sacrificed, right? Same numbers over and over and over again. So on March 8th, we got Shawn Kemp being arrested. And why did he get arrested on March 8th? Well, his name equals 38. Part of the club, man. You know, it's a big club and we ain't in it. It was 102 days from his birthday, and we know that's a big black shaming number. They do a lot of black shaming 102 days before or after a birthday or their hit piece, you know, whatever they're famous for. And the reason is because the N word equals 102 and slavery equals 102. You know, they headlined him on the 67th day of the year. That's the day they arrested him. And who'd he play for? The Supersonics, which equals 67. And then he got arrested in Pierce County for his ritual sacrifice. So they shamed him in the headlines from Pierce County on the 67th day of the year, where he plays for the Supersonics on March 8th. See? That's why he was chosen for the headlines on March 8th. Same patterns over and over and over, guys. Just like we got the bullcrap headline about them reviving a zombie virus that's, you know, been frozen for 48,000 years, because how would they know that anyway? Think to yourself, guys, how do they know that this virus has been frozen for 48,500 years? They don't. They don't know. They just decided to tell you about a zombie on the 34th day of the year. Or not the 34th day of the year, a date numerology of 34. Like, they strategically place this bullshit in your headlines because so many people need that information from the headlines when it's all bullshit. So Mike Epps also got a gun seized. You know, because if I walk into my local airport with a gun in my bag, you can bet to believe I'm going to jail. Period. I'm going to jail. You're going to jail. My daddy's going to jail. My kids are going to jail. Your auntie's going to jail. We all going to jail, right? Mike Epps didn't. Nah, he don't need to go to jail. He's an actor, right? So he's in the headlines too. But they put him in the headlines on March 8th He actually was arrested, or was this happened like a few days before, but you'll notice the headlines all said that he brought a loaded gun, and this is why they put him in the headlines on March 8th. Because look, loaded gun, 8338, and that's the perfect headline for March 8th. It actually happened on March 5th, so they waited 3 days to put it in the headlines, right? And why did they do this on March 5th, or why are they saying it happened on March 5th? Because Michael Epps is 53, just like the date. It's 107 days after his birthday. Look, Michael Epps is 107. All right? Same thing, same pattern. We just seen with the Savage Boy running for Congress and the other one. Same patterns. Their name equals what they're about to do, or when they're in the headlines, or from their birthday. Like it's all the same patterns over and over and over again. So that same day, or March 9th, we got the headline of this Susan Aaliyah, maybe. She's a former WWD reporter and editor, and she dies at age 70. And the WWD is Women's Wear Daily. That's the magazine that she was famous for, or reporter for, right? So she's dead at age 70. And can you guess what day she died? March 8th. It's in the headlines. See, March 8th, dead at 70. March 8th, dead at 70. Women's Wear Daily, 70. Women's Wear Daily, 83. So March 8th, dead at 70. Same patterns over and over and over and over again. Like, it's just too much, man. Like, people can't see these patterns because they don't want to believe it's true. So we got the Senate Minority Leader taking a fall on March 8th. You can see why he did it right here. Like, you can see what club he's involved in, that Jesuit order. Part of the ritual, you know. He fell on the 67th day of the year, and there's his name. It was 47 days from the anniversary of him taking his position. And we know that 47 is a big government number because President, White House, government, authority, Republican, Whig, Democrat, DC, Trump, they all equal 47. Same reason that we celebrate our Independence Day on 7/4 or 4/7, July 4th. That's the reason right here. Same reason that this guy, gets in the headlines falling down on March 8th, 47 days from him taking his position. It's the same crap over and over and over again. So Maryland's mayor got arrested. Well, he actually resigned because he got arrested for, touching little kids. His headline came on 3/3, which we know that's that big federal number, right? Masonry number. And look, he has a complete three-cipher match with the Skull and Bones. So what club's he in? We could pretty much figure out why he was pushed into the club. He was arrested on March 2nd, which was 174 days from his birthday, and a span of 174 if you count the end date for the day that he hit the headlines. And number of the beast right there. What's your Bible talk about? Look, he's age 47 when this happens to him. We just talked about it. He actually was caught because his account that he was using to distribute porn, the backup email was his government email, because that's just smart, right? And he resigned on March 2nd. March 2nd, because of this account right here, is what got him caught. Same things over and over and over. Watch this one, same thing. Got the Syracuse coach. Guess what? He stepped down after 47 seasons. And Zach actually did this C code, so I just kind of highlighted his points in it. I didn't do a lot of studying on this one, but this was on March 9th, New York. There's his name, so you can see why it was March 9th. There's his other name, March 8th. So the headline came out on March 9th. It was actually announced on March 8th. So that's why he was big headlines for March 8th and 9th. It was 111 days from his birthday, and he, left Syracuse, right? So 111 days after his birthday, he coached his last game for Syracuse after 47 years. We just went over that 47. He's 78 years old when he retires, retiring out of New York. And then the new coach that they put in there is age 51. And guess what Syracuse equals? 51. Adrian Autry. That's the new coach. So we got the new coach named Adrian Autry and 51, age 51, coaching for Syracuse, 51. Same patterns over and over and over again. So on March 9th, we also got the Fiddler on the Roof guy dead. He's dead at age 87. They announced it on that 38 day. Headline news on March 9th. So he died on the 8th. Headline news on the 9th. Look right here. Fiddler on the Roof. Number of the Beast. Fiddler on the Roof, 93. Why it was announced in the headlines the way it was. Its release of Fiddler on the Roof, it came out on November 3rd, and he's dead 125 days from that release. And he played, well, not played, but this is his real name, right? This is his real name. You'll notice it's spelled this way. And he's dead 125 days later. Like, see, it released on November 3rd, and he's dead 125 days later. Like, these people are sick, man. So on March 10th, we got the Queer Eye alum Tom Jackson, who appeared on the show's first season, died dead of cancer. Well, we can see why he was chosen for the show. If you're wondering how these people get on reality TV and then they die very young ages, like I think we've had like I've done 6 or 7 posts in the last 2 years, well, a year and a half, on just Survivor. Survivor sacrifices off people all the time, very young ages. Well, now we got the Queer Eye guy dead at age 63, and he's dead 73 days from his birthday. March 3rd at 11:49 p.m. after losing his battle with metastatic adenocarcinoma. So he died 73 days after his birthday on March 3rd. But now they didn't wait. They waited till the 9th to post it in the headlines. Or let's see. Yeah, trying to find the date they actually put it in there. They made the tribute on March 8th, which was the murder date, 3/8, of course. So he dies on 3/3, 73 days after his birthday, and then they wait till March 8th to put it in the headline, which is the 62nd day of the year. We just talked about that. So we got the sacrifice 62, Faustian bargain 62, and his cancer is 62. So he made a deal with the devil. This is what this is, a deal with the devil. He made a deal with the devil, and then he became a tribute on the 62nd day of the year. Now, if you'll notice, Queer Eye actually released on the February 7th, which is the 38th day of the year, that murder number. So it released on the 38th day of the year, and then he becomes headlines on March 8th being dead. Like, you can't make this stuff up, man. Like, and look, the headline came out 79 days from his birthday. So he died 73 days from his birthday, right? So he died on March 3rd, 73 days from his birthday. They waited and put it in the headlines on the 8th, 79 days from his birthday. See, look, murder, 7/9, headline news, March 8th. And look, they've got he's Queer Eye 115. We talk about that all the time, man. And look, they even put 20.1K hearts on it. Oh, the 201. Like Tom Jackson 121, Blood Sacrifice 121, Human Sacrifice 67, Blood Sacrifice 67. It's the 67th day of the year. He's known for You Can't Fix Ugly. That was his very first season that he went. See the title, You Can't Fix Ugly. The hero was Tom. Tom wasn't a hero. Tom was the sacrifice. Tom died on March 3rd after being a hero. Like, these people are sick, man. They are so sick. And once you learn this code, it'll make you to where you don't want to support this stuff anymore. I used to be a big fan of Big Brother. I loved that show. Me and my dad would sit down and watch that for every time it came on for probably 3 or 4 years before I learned Gematria. And I can't support any of that anymore. Anybody that is turning their TV on to watch these episodes of these, it don't matter what it is, whether it's movies or reality TV, these people are part of a satanic cult. False idols, right? The Bible tells you to be wary of false idols, and everybody can't wait to get home to watch The Walking Dead or this show or that show. False idols. That's what it is. It's exactly what it is, guys. Look, we're going to talk about another one here in just a second because we've got so many of these coming in. We done lost our place again, guys. Okay, let's see. Oh, we got the Olivia Children's Book Guy dead on 7/3. Right? So they killed him off on 7/3. Look, there's his name, 201, Order of Illuminati. Still talking about the 201s, you know. He died on 7/3 but made the headlines on March 8th. His headline was 170 days from his birthday. Sacrifices 170. Same patterns, guys. Same patterns. So on March 10th, we got the headlines of Robert Blake, and he was in cold blood. Look, there's his name. There's that 201 again. Here's your headlines. He's dead 86 days from the anniversary of the release, and it released in 67. So he dies 86 days from the release and it released in 67. Same patterns, same numbers. Over and over again. So the Silicon Valley Bank collapse. I know everybody is freaking out about this right now. Like this is going to end up making everybody run to the bank, pull their banks out. Like this is going to be the start of, they're prepping you. They're prepping you for what they're about to do. I promise. And if you'll notice, Silicon Valley Bank is 69 and it collapsed on the 69th day of the year because it was supposed to, because they already had it pre-planned on how they were going to control the masses with the fear. They do it every day, many times a day. They are the New World Order, right? And look, they needed to raise 2.25 billion and they didn't do it. So it collapsed on the 69th day of the year. Like, these people are sick, man. So we also got the headline of Dick Haley. He's a Steelers player. He's dead on March 10th, dead at age of 85. He's actually headlines. He died in headlines on March 10th, so 10/3, right? Look what Steelers equals. The day that he died. Look, Dick Haley, who helped assemble a 1970s Steelers dynasty, dead at 85. Super Steelers era director, dead on March 10th. He's dead 206 days from his birthday. 206 days from being 86 years old. And this is a different cipher that I don't teach a lot, but sacrifice is 206 in a different cipher that I really don't teach a lot of because you can prove it with the 4 base ciphers. So I really don't bring in the other ciphers too much. So he actually drafted on December 1st and January 21st, which is so weird because in 1959 they had a draft on December 1st and January 21st. So December 1st and then January 21st. Kind of crazy, huh? He was actually pick 100. So he made a deal with the devil. You know, he actually got drafted on the January 21st one and he died 48 days from that anniversary. So he was selected in the second round on January 21st and he died 48 days from that anniversary. 64 years and 48 days later, he died. And look what they do. They killed Dick Haley 64 years and 48 days after he signed his contract. I promise, guys, these people are very sick. We got Princess Lilibet Diana in the headlines on March 10th. We got another 201 ruler. So we also got Denise Russo, and she is famous for the X-Life star, and she's 44, right? And they're letting everybody know they found drug paraphernalia, which that's, if you know the language and you know that that means they sacrificed her. Because these guys speak in numbers, guys, right? So they're telling you about the drug paraphernalia, but it's actually a sacrifice. She's dead at the age of 44. The ex-wife is 44. She's killed on at the age of 44. And she actually died on the 64th day of the year. So she was killed on the 64th day of the year and at the age of 44. Hang tight, guys. I got to answer this call. I'll be right back.